Hi, my name is Brian Dietmeyer from Think Inc. in Chicago.
Brian J. Dietmeyer is President and CEO of Think Inc. in Chicago and author of B2B Street Fighting, the Next Generation Business-to-Business Negotiations book. What do you think of the bailouts for the automotive companies?
Oh, man. You know, it's funny, when the Chrysler thing happened way back in the day, I thought that was a mistake, but Chrysler's still around, right? But you have, then they got in trouble again, so then I wonder if we just delayed the trouble. I mean, I know this is a pretty wishy-washy answer, but part of me thinks that if we let them fail, the market would correct, and right, we'd be forced to build better cars. But then you look at what's going on with GM right now, and it appears, you know, with their IPO and that sort of thing, that it's done well. But I think it's a long-term view will let us know. But I probably bias a little bit more towards saying we should have let them go, and then the market would have corrected.
What's your favorite brand?
Oh my God, my favorite brand. Do I have a favorite brand? I think I'm pretty fickle that way. I think it's the brand of the moment. You know, it was Chevy back in the 70s, and then it was Dodge. I had several back-to-back Dodges, and then it was Porsche for a while. And I think it's more about the car, right? It's, for me, than, I guess it's just like voting, right? Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, I go more toward issues, and I think it's the same with cars.
Do you support a gas tax hike?
Yeah, I would actually. I think we have to be, I don't think we're going to go there voluntarily. I think we need to be pushed into it. And I've driven a lot of gas-guzzling monsters between motorcycles and boats and cars, and I would do it if pushed. I'm not going to do it unless somebody pushes me.
Pontiac, Saturn, Mercury, Oldsmobile, and Hummer, they're all gone. Do you miss them?
No, the only one that registers emotionally with me is the original H1. I mean, that was the real deal. And, you know, they jumped the shark as soon as they went to H2 and H3, but yeah, I don't miss any of those.
What do you think of the green movement in the auto industry?
I think it's brilliant and it's necessary. And, you know, I look at things like Tesla, you know, and the new, you know, not just having green cars that are these little bitty boxes, but cars that are really cool and go really fast. And I think we're pretty smart, and I think if we put that smarts to work, we can have the performance that we love and not give that up, but do it in a way that doesn't trash the environment.
There seems to be a generational shift in car ownership today. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, my quick gut on that is I don't think they have the emotional attachment that we had. You know, to me, many of my cars have, as sad as this is, maybe defined me and become part of an expression of my personality. I'm not sure they see it the same way.
What do you think makes a car good?
Where do you come up with these questions? Is that really? What makes a car good? Oh man, I don't. This is really tough. Toys. I like toys. All right, so I've had four-wheel drives. I can climb over stuff. That makes a car really good. I've had a 911. It was really fast and looked really cool. That made that car good. And I think at different points in my life, different things have made cars good, right? So my 67 Land Cruiser, at that point in my life, I was working in construction, and I drove it to job sites and, you know, slopped it through the mud, and that made it good. So.
What accessory is missing in your current car that you'd like to have?
Sunroof. Huge sunroof. I've got an FJ Cruiser, and I'd like to have about half the roof, just be able to open wide. I'm used to the T-tops of a 911, and I miss that.
What's your favorite classic car?
3. 57 Corvette, 57 Chevy Bel Air, and a 68 Camaro. But the 68 Camaro I had, so that's probably my all-time favorite.
What car do you regret selling?
1968 Camaro. 1968 Camaro, 1967 Land Cruiser. Probably equally.
I know you love your 68 Camaro. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
I can tell you a lot about the 68 Camaro. It was, first of all, I can tell you it was primer black, and instead of washing it, I would hose it down and wait for it to dry, and Friday nights I would respray paint the primer black, and also open the hood, and my headers were white, and where they got burned, I would respray paint the headers white. And yeah, that was absolutely my favorite car. And I blew up the motor coming back from the Indiana Dunes and bought a hot LT motor out of a Corvette and put it in a primer black 68 Camaro with rusted out wheel wells that looked horrible. This engine was not even broken in yet. That car was completely out of its mind.
What do you think your next car might be?
Oh man, I've been so all over the board with my cars that it's really, I don't think it's out there yet. I think that's part of the problem. I was driving by a used car lot the other day and saw a 77 Land Cruiser and never thought I'd get another one of those in it, and I had a pull toward that. So I don't know. I don't think it's out there yet.
What are 3 cars that you really like that you know you'll never own?
Lamborghini, Ferrari, Maserati.
What was your worst car dealer experience?
My worst car dealer experience wasn't actually my car. It was my wife's car. And she bought a car that she regretted 24 hours later, and I had to do the legal research about I can't remember, it's sort of a regret law where you can go back and return the car. And I will tell you that I felt like there was about a 6'3" man on the other side of the desk that was going to just come across and tear my face off as I literally read the law off the sheet of paper. So yeah, unbuying a car was the worst experience, way worse than buying a car.
Have you ever been on a track?
Yeah, I went to Bob Bondurant's racing school and thought I was a pretty aggressive driver going in, and went in a little cocky, and they put you in the passenger seat with a pro driver who's a sort of 22-year-old jet pilot, and you do 2 or 3 laps around the track with those guys, and you get they know what they're doing when they do that too, because it makes you centered very quickly on the experience you're about to go through.
Tell me a road trip story.
Oh, probably my best road trip ever was Millennium New Year's Eve in my Dodge Ram 4x4 with my 130-pound Malamute in the back seat to go. My brother felt his wedding was important enough that it happened to happen on Millennium New Year's Eve when we all thought the world was going to melt down. And so I traveled cross country and wasn't going to fly, and I brought my dog with me, so if all hell broke loose, at least it was me and my dog and my truck in the end.
Manual or automatic?
Manual.
Coupe or convertible?
Convertible.
Driver or passenger?
Driver.
EV, hybrid, gas, or diesel?
Hybrid gas.
Classic or modern?
Classic.
American or European?
Europe.